Hello. There. I wonder where everyone is.
Barb is sicker than a dog. She got steroid shots and everything else. So
Might just be us. Okay. I mean, I only gave a 3.5 hour warning, so probably needed to give the hour warning.
all the way down to the 15 minutes, I'm telling you.
Well, it was last time I did that, and then like the next day, like 5 people were like, I never even saw this. I'm like, I don't. Can you just set an alarm same time every Monday?
Every Monday.
Every Monday. Okay. I know we have more emeralds than this, so let me see. Okay. Okay, message to the pods. Ooh, fire picture, Alex. Okay, cool. I'm just finishing up this really quick. Whoa. Oh, you know what? I will wait 1 more minute. See if the peeps jump on. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. That's gonna. Oops.
Can I ask a random question about Instagram? So
Yeah.
when you go look at insights and the little flag looking thing, is that when you save a post, right? But if somebody else saves it, where does that go? Just to their saved posts? Gotcha. But you can't tell who saved you.
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
It just means they're continually getting inspired by me because I'm in their same post, right?
That's right. Yeah, no, I certainly hope it doesn't say who does, because I save girls who I want as potential coaches to my coach collection.
Mm-hmm.
So I certainly hope that they can't see that I'm doing that. Hmm. All right, all right. Look at these girls. Well, I mean, I can only see actually two of you, but look at these names. Okay. I can't figure out how to get this to look right, but whatever. Okay. Let's get this party started. Okay. Oops. Oopsie doopsies. Okay, here we go. I made a little presentation. I'm having a lot of fun doing that, so I'm just going to start that. Okay. All right. So we have officially counting today 77 days left in the year, which is wild, right? So I can't say I haven't noticed that most of us are MIA. Obviously, there's 8 people on this call. We have 25 emeralds on the team. So where is everyone, right? Okay. So people are going into hibernation for winter because 3 days in the next 77 days are holidays. So these 3 days ruin your life for the last quarter of the year. And that's how the general public thinks. And it is our job as coaches to tell them that 3 days don't mean anything. Okay. So it doesn't mean you have to go off the rail, go insane, spend every dime you have, and eat everything in sight. You can actually live a normal life, still enjoy yourself, and make it out of the year alive and happier than when you started. So what's funny now is, we're going to have all the pumpkin patch pictures. Everyone's so happy. Our family's amazing. We're going to the pumpkin patch next month. It's why I'm grateful for 30 days. And then all of December, it will be about how 2019 was the worst year of their life and they can't wait until this year is over. So as a population, we're pretty fucking dramatic, because if we can literally switch from November being so grateful for all these things, and then on December 1st, you can't wait till the year's over because it's been so terrible for you, literally makes no sense, right? So it's our job as coaches to show people, like, you don't have to wait for the new year to get started on a better you. You don't have to go into 2020 feeling even worse by spending the next 3 months ruining yourself, your body, your self-image, your confidence, all those things, and your finances, right? So let's make these last 75 days count. And I just want to get back to Coach Basics. I got a lot of great feedback from the social media presentation last week. And I want to just kind of dive a little further, because there was so many coaches that said, I just don't know what to post. And I felt like last week was pretty, explained very well exactly how to share versus sell. But I still see a lot of coaches trying to sell, and you will not sell anything if you're trying to. And I know that sounds counterintuitive, but people don't want to be sold to on their social media, even though they totally want to be sold to on their social media. They just don't want to know that they're being sold to on their social media, because we're all following bloggers, hairstylists, super moms, and, shop owners, because we want to buy the stuff that they buy, but we don't want to feel like it's being shoved down our throat, right? So they do a great job of sharing what they like and what they have to offer. And we can do that same thing with the products that we have to offer. Okay. So today's goals are, we're just going to talk about, what is your why? Why are you even doing this? Anytime you come back to a place of wanting to give up or throw in the towel, or this isn't working, or it's not worth my time, you need to give yourself a quick gut check and figure out why you're doing this. You're going to have to work for the rest of your life regardless. You might as well enjoy what you're doing, and you're going to have to work hard if you want to live any kind of life, whether just getting by, comfortable, above comfortable, and abundantly. Any of that spectrum requires you to work hard at something. So you can either work really hard for another company, whether you love it or not, you're working your ass off so somebody else can live their dream life. And I'm guessing it's not you. Or you can put aside an hour or more a day for this business and build your own dream life. Your choice, right? So we're going to talk about that. What program are you doing? What personal development are you reading? And the 4 vitals. And then I'm going to give you some very specific posts that I have made about how I share my journey while still doing call to actions, but so that my audience feels like they know me, they can relate to me, they can see themselves in me, and then they want to join me. Okay. So I would love for everybody in the chat to just write, why are you doing this? And it cannot be to help people, because at the end of the day, when shit hits the fan, when life gets hard, when the dog bills are out of control, when your car is crashed, when your house needs a new roof, helping people is not going to be at the top of your to-do list. That's going to be the last fucking thing you want to do. So why are you doing this? Well, oh, I can't read the chat because I'm in presentation mode. Okay, so for me, my why has evolved over time. When I first started, I was a bar manager working 3 days a week, making $3,000 to $5,000 a month. In my head, I didn't need the money, even though I was wildly in debt. So I don't know why I said I didn't need the money, right? But I wanted extra money to have some guilt-free shopping, because all of my shopping at that time was very guilty because I was in debt, right? So anything I was buying was never anything I needed, and it was just adding more to my debt. So for me, it was I wanted to make a couple extra $100 a month because I was already doing the accountability groups. I was having fun, okay? After my first 2 weeks in the business, which was essentially my first month because I didn't get started until the end of the month, I knew that this was my way out of the bar. I saw the potential. I made $394 my first month, and I knew that this was my ticket out of the bar. I had no plans of being a full-time coach, but I knew that the business could afford me enough finances to leverage being able to leave the bar even if I didn't have a job, and then being able to go job hunt while comfortably still having income coming in. Now, we all know how my story played out. I did not get the opportunity to quit because a year into coaching, I was fired from my job, okay? So my why then evolved even more, because at that time, my husband looked me point blank in the eye as I got another bar job offer and said, what makes you the happiest? I said, Beachbody. He said, let's go for it, okay? So then my why evolved for the 3rd time, and I told myself that in 1 year from that date, I would match my husband's salary. Well, here we are, 4 years later. I am nowhere near matching my husband's salary, right? Okay, but this opportunity opened my eyes to dreaming big, where I had not dreamed of doing anything for a long time. I finally graduated college. I even changed my major, I don't even remember what it's called anymore, emphasis at the last minute. So I had to take less classes so I could graduate in December instead of graduating in the following spring, because I was just done, right? So I graduated college and I thought, all right, now is my time. And then for 2 years I applied and nobody hired me. I got 3 interviews, I think, in 2 years. Like, I wouldn't even get emails back. That's how like sad it was, right? And I finally got an interview at Nike. That was my dream. And a girl who wore a sweatshirt and capri pants got the job over me. And I was like, that's the going rate for Nike these days, right? Slobs, okay, whatever. So this opportunity afforded me to start dreaming big, and now I want everything. I want it all, right? I want the life of our dreams, whatever that looks like for us. I know very specifically for me, That is financial freedom. That is time freedom. That is annual pass holders for Disneyland. That's visiting every Disney park in the world. That's being able to pay for things in cash, being able to have a huge savings account and Chloe's college paid for in cash, all of the things, while being able to experience and do everything together as a family. That's my dream, right? And Beachbody afforded me that. So I would love for you to put in the chat, what would you need to make monthly to help out your family? Okay, so not something wild, just something extra. I mean, it could be as wild as you want, but what is something extra that would help your family? Like, you know, when you're trying to fall asleep at night and there's that little thought in your head about, man, if we had this, it would be so nice, you know, that statistic where the average American household would not be able to afford a $400 emergency. So it could be in there. If you had an extra $400 coming in every single month, would that help your family out, right? You know, some people are literally like $50 a month would help our family, because that means that we could go to the zoo and take the kids to the zoo for a day, right? Whatever it is, maybe it's the tuition for gymnastics. Maybe it is, you know, a private school versus public school. Whatever it is for your family, what would that amount be? Okay. All right, so next thing you need to worry about is, what program are you doing? I've never seen a coach be successful that does not finish programs from start to finish. If you're just bouncing around, you have to always think to yourself, whatever you're doing is what you're going to attract. So if you're not finishing programs, if you're not giving it your all, if you're, you know, maybe you're showing up to your workouts every day, but your nutrition is fucking shit, that's what you're going to attract. So if, same thing for your business. You know, maybe you're posting every single day, but you don't invite anyone. You don't do any personal development. You don't drink your Shakeology every day. You just drink it when you feel like it or when you remember. That's what you're going to attract. So I know if I was to attract those things, I would not be building a successful team, right? And your coaches, your customers are going to do about 1/4 of whatever you do. So if you're struggling, you're going to attract people who struggle, okay? Now, you can't make anyone do anything. You could be the best of the best and you're still going to attract people who struggle. But I'm just saying that excellent people will not get in the car with average people. So if you want excellent people to come to you, customers, coaches, you need to get yourself to excellence. And you do that through consistency. You do that with being honest with yourself. And you do that by wholeheartedly diving into these programs and to your products, right? So take us on a journey of that, though. Nobody's asking you to be perfect. I've never, in almost 5 years of being a coach, been perfect. I will never not drink alcohol unless I'm doing the ultimate reset, because that is the only time that you are not allowed, okay? But other than that, like if it's Friday and Saturday and I'm at dinner with my family, I'm going to have a beer, okay? So I will, you know, there's just things that I'm not willing to do because I don't think that that's a sustainable life. Like when people are like, oh, I cut all sugar, I cut all alcohol for 80 days. That's great. But I don't see the point of cutting something if you're going to add it right back in. I think that's confusing for your body. And it just doesn't make any sense to me. You can do whatever you want. That's just my personal journey, right? Okay. But I think it's been very beneficial for me in my business to show people that you can be healthy and get results, but you can also enjoy your life and have the cookie and have a beer, right? So for me, true balance, true moderation is how I live. And that's just what makes me feel good. And I want to feel good. I remember the days before I started as a coach and I lived off chicken strips and energy drinks and frickin', I call it beef jerky, but I think it's actually called sausage, right? I don't even know. I don't know. And chili cheese Fritos, so fucking good, by the way. I lived off that, and guess what? I always felt like shit. I always had a headache. I was always tired. My skin was puffy. I was like those Halloween costumes, like the dinosaurs that you just put air in and then you get inside? Like that was me. Like I was like the blown up version of myself. Like someone had puffed a bunch of air into me, because I wasn't overweight by any means. I only had 10 more pounds on me than I do now. And for my frame, that's not bad. But I just looked like someone had puffed a bunch of air in me. It just did not look good, but I didn't feel good either, right? And there's that vicious cycle of you feel like shit and you look like shit and you feel like shit. It's just like not good, right? But I shared all those things with people. Like I never tried to be perfect, never tried anything to hide anything from anyone. And I get messages from people like, how do you eat pizza? Because I share what I eat every time I go out to eat, right? I share, how do you eat pizza? I even look at pizza and I gain 5 pounds. I'm like, well, I have pizza once a month. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to gain 5 pounds if you eat pizza once a month, kind of thing. So just being really honest about what you're doing and never hiding. So if you do fuck up, if you are doing terrible on your nutrition journey, share that. But tell us how you're going to get back on track, and then invite me to get back on track with you. If you're the perpetual, like, oh, I fell off track again. I'm back. I fell off track again. I'm back. I fell off track again. You can't wonder why people aren't going to join you. Like, life happens, ups and downs, yes. But if it's every month, you're like, I'm back. You can't wonder why people aren't going to join you on that. Okay, so take us on a journey. So I pulled up my very first post that I made, and you can see, I just have a fat face, but you can really see in this picture I have a fat face. Okay, because that's when I was like the puppy monster. And then I shared my first transformation and what I wrote. So you can see, and I have some, like one from each year that I've been a coach, and you can just see how they've evolved with what I've been willing to share and how I've opened up. Okay, so very first picture, there's me with the fucking Shakeology cup. Nailed it, right? Okay, this is what I said. Workout, check. New hat, check. Best meal of the day. And then I did fucking hashtags, okay? The hashtags don't even do anything on Facebook. Like, what is that, okay? But that was my first post because I wanted to win the Emerald money, right? So if there's money involved, I will do anything to win it. And they said I had to post, so there I was posting, okay? First post right there, John Ray next to me. So we're in Hawaii. I was already been a coach for 2 weeks at this point, okay? I hadn't done anything. That was my first post. All right, and no one said anything about the Shakeology. They just talked about my hat and said, like, go get in the pool. And I was like, no, blonde people don't get in the pool. Okay, so anyways, here's my first transformation. I didn't share my first transformation until it was like April something, I think it says. April 14th. So I signed up on February 26th, and I shared my first transformation April 14th, which is appropriate because you're not going to have a transformation the day you sign up, right? Okay, so first transformation. And I said, looking at the before picture makes me cringe. I've been an athlete my entire life, but after I got married, I decided to end my competitive cheer career and spend whatever extra time I could with my husband. I found myself letting my fitness slip and just indulging when and whenever I wanted. I never thought food was my issue because I eat relatively healthy, which, what the fuck are you talking about, okay? But I learned so much through my journey with 21 Day Fix and 21 Day Fix Extreme. The 2-part battle to being healthy and fit, exercise and nutrition, each play a role, and I'm so happy that I feel like I'm finally back to where I want to be. I know I'll never weigh what I want to weigh just from working out, but I'll never look the way I want to look just from eating right. I'm happy to have found a balance with both. If you feel like you're struggling in either category and you want some help or accountability, I would love to have you join me in my mission to be happy and healthy. Okay, so I gave you a little insight to what I had gone through before I started. I told you what I was doing to get back on track, and then I did a call to action to have you join me, right? I don't know what those comments said. Like, I think maybe a lot of people said you look great, and I think one girl said messaged you about 21 Day Fix, right? And that girl never signed up. Okay, so that was my first transformation. And literally when I was looking for these, I did a transformation every Tuesday without fail, because I'm very coachable. So if it's Transformation Tuesday, I will put a transformation post up. So if you're not doing transformation posts, it's because you're not getting results. And if you're not getting results, you're not doing your job, right? And results can come in all shapes and sizes, right? I didn't always do a weight one because I never lost any weight. I never lost any weight until after I had Chloe. Okay, so moving on. This was a year later, right? So I'm still sharing my journey. And I say photo on the left was 2 years ago, my very first before photo for an accountability group. I joined with my best friend. I was mortified when I looked at this picture. The girl in the picture hadn't worked out in over a year. She drank hot chocolate and chai teas every night, and her midnight snack was a king-size Snickers bar to wash down her chicken strips and fries. If that's not a fucking detail into what my life was, like, I mean, and how many women are sitting there like, shit, that sounds like me. That's what you want when people are reading your post. Somebody to say, me too. That sounds like me. I can see myself in her. Maybe I should get help. Maybe I should do what she's doing. If she can do it, I can do it. All those things, right? And I go on and I say, you can't out-train a bad diet. I tell them how I'm living now, but that I still enjoy Coors Light, cake pops, and weekend dinners out because that's real life. And nobody can be 100% of the time. Nobody, right? And now I say I work out 30 minutes a day. I drink Shakeology. I don't count calories. And I don't beat myself up when I accidentally eat a pumpkin bar for breakfast 2 days in a row. Want to get fit, eat dessert, and have some cocktails? You sound like my type of gal. Okay, so again, just sharing where I was and how I got to where I am now, right? Still showing up, still getting results. Okay, next. Okay, that's a pregnant Danny in both of these pictures. So still showing up on my journey. Like, it didn't matter what was happening in my life. I kept showing up because that's my job as a coach, right? So talking about how difficult for me it was to be having a pregnant belly. Like, I had a mental breakdown when I had to buy maternity pants, like mental, legit. Like, the woman was like handing my bag and I had like crocodile tears coming down my face. Like, I was about to go drive off a bridge because I had to buy maternity pants. Like, it was not good for me. It was very hard for me. And just talking about all those things and how it's important to love yourself, not put your self-worth in your physical appearance, and never feel bad for wanting to look a certain way because it's your journey. You can look however you want, right? It doesn't matter if people think like you're too skinny or you have too many muscles or your butt's too big, whatever they're going to think, or like eat a cheeseburger. You know how many people I've had tell me eat a cheeseburger? It's like, what? No, I'm good. Thanks. Right? But still showing the journey through whatever. And like, obviously, if I'm having a mental breakdown because I'm getting a pregnant belly and I'm only 19 weeks, I still had a long ways to go at that point, right? So, but like not feeling bad for how I felt and being vulnerable, because that's the women who felt that same way are gonna feel connected to me, right? Like, if you didn't feel that way, however you felt, you put that, right? But I'm trying to attract women who feel like me, so I need to talk like myself. And then showing up hard in my postpartum journey, right? Like, no excuses, like right back on the horse. You know what I mean? Like, the best mom I can be is a happy, healthy mom. And I built up these amazing habits before my daughter was here. They don't go out the window now just because I'm a mom, right? So this girl, before she was mom, her name was Danny, she still matters. So showing up and showing my postpartum journey and saying why it's so special to me and how I was able to lose 10 pounds in 8 weeks of my postpartum journey, right? I did the ultimate reset. And then once I was cleared, I jumped into a program. So showing up hard and that, hey, I'm still here. I'm still doing it. No matter what phase of life, you can be healthy and fit. Whether you're growing a child, you just had a child, you've never had a child, whatever it is, no matter where you are, no matter how far gone you think you are, you can always be healthy and fit. And then rocking postpartum like a motherfucking badass, okay? And showing people that, hey, this girl over here, she was super negative. She lost her job. She ate garbage all the time and wondered why everyone else was getting everything they wanted, even though I just took naps every day. Okay, but now this girl over here, she's actually working for her dream. She's working on her health. all the things, and this is how I did it. Okay. So when you're taking us on a journey, if you're posting just a post and your post doesn't tell a story and it says one thing like, oh, I woke up late today, I'm looking for 5 women to join me, I'm going to guess those 5 women are not going to join you because you didn't say anything that would make them want to join you. Again, people need to see themselves in you and see you, the highs, the lows, the middles, the in-betweens, but that you're still on this journey, that you didn't give up, that you didn't have to start over, that it's just a continuous thing. Like it's not a start stop kind of thing, right? Like you just keep going no matter what happens to you. Okay. Next up, personal development. Like if this isn't the cutest fucking picture in the world, I don't even know what is. Like, look at that baby. Okay. So personal development is the number 2 vital behavior that is our job. And it's probably one of the most skipped next to invite, right? But if you're not growing your mind, your business is not growing. So you are not going to be able to have the mental toughness to continue on this journey when things get hard, when the month feels like nobody's saying yes, or you're doing all the same things that you did last month and it's not producing the same results, or everyone on your team goes into hibernation for the winter. Like personal development is what's going to push you through those hard times. Now, whether you read a book, listen to a book, YouTube, other team calls, listen to podcasts, something every single day should be entering your mind that's helping you grow. And I think you need to do personal and professional development, because sometimes what you're struggling with in your business has nothing to do with sales or marketing or social media. It's all up here about what you're thinking and what you're believing and what you truly think, or, you know, limiting beliefs, scarcity mindset, you know what I mean? Or thinking that helping people and earning money is a bad thing, or that, you know, because you've never had, you know, a comfortable living, that you never will, all those different things. So that's more on the personal side that you need to be working through. But there's also things that, you know, like this book literally pertains to network marketing. She is one of the top Roden and Fields people. She built a multi-million-dollar business. She's telling you exactly how she did it in this book. So that would be a professional development. Or anything from Grant Cardone, Gary Vee, any of those people. Those are all professional development. But something more like a Brene Brown or a Rachel Hollis, or I'm blanking on the girl's name, Jen Sincero, those are all going to be personal things that you know, and whatever you're struggling with, you need to gear your personal development. Because if you're struggling with confidence and then you go read, you know, I don't even know, but something that has nothing to do with confidence, something that maybe has to do with time management, that's not going to really help your confidence, is it? Right? No. So whatever you're struggling with, you need to gear your personal development towards that thing. Okay. So there's a ton of books to read, but always think to yourself before you download or before you pay for another book, like, is this going to speak to me? And if you start a book and you feel like it's not speaking to you, it's okay to close that book, save it for another time, because it might just be better for you a different time, and start something else. So start something that will speak to you. So if you are struggling with sharing a story and how to share versus sell, you might want to get a book about storytelling or how to be vulnerable, things like that. Or if you are struggling with and you're looking into different kind of marketing things, you would want to gear yourself towards that. Okay. I think that was all I had for that. And the last thing I want to talk about is just the 4 vital behaviors. So every single day, the 4 vital behaviors are what's going to move your business forward. Working on yourself, aka following a program, drinking Shakeology and or supplements, whatever you're doing. Number 1, if you don't take care of you, you cannot take care of other people. So sometimes we get so wrapped up in our business, oh, I got to send invites, or I got to engage, or I got to get this post out. And it's like, we're not even taking care of ourselves. How are you going to take care of other people? You've heard it. You cannot pour from an empty cup. If you're not showing up for your own personal fitness, you know, health, wellness in this journey, how are you going to take care of the other people in your challenge groups or the women on your team or your family? You know what I mean? So showing up number one, for yourself, and actually giving 100% to the programs. I know last summer when Lift 4 came out, Alex and I were not feeling it. And we bought the digital upgrade, and I did, I think, half of the sample workout, and I was like, not feeling it. And she's like, I'm not feeling it either. And we dove into 80-day obsession. Literally, I saw on my time hop today, this day last year was day 80. And we did a Zoom every single day together for all 80 days. And we tried our hardest. It was our second round of 80-day obsession, but everyone else was doing Lift 4, but we weren't feeling it. So we did 80-day obsession. And that program and me just like butter, right? And I know it's the same for Alex. And so giving your all in your program is going to be super important. And it doesn't have to be what everyone else is doing. Like I know a lot of coaches were like doubling and tripling up so they could start the work on September 30th. I had no interest in doubling or tripling up on my morning meltdown workouts. Like I'm going to do one at a time and get to the finish, and then we'll start the work mid-November, right? So you don't have to do what's releasing right then. So do whatever is going to be good for you and your mental health and your best fitness. So if, you know, when the bar program comes out, if that's not your jam, you don't have to do that, right? But it doesn't mean you can't talk about it, because there might be people watching you that are very interested in bar. You know what I mean? But you don't have to be doing it to help somebody through it. But you do have to be doing something for yourself in order to help others. Okay. And then your personal development, we just talked about that, gearing it towards wherever you're struggling. And oftentimes when we're struggling in our business, it's because we're struggling with something in our personal life. So whatever that struggle is, identify it, work through it, gear your personal development towards that thing. And I promise your business will start to be better. And number 3, invite. There's so many different ways to invite. There's freaking call to action posts. We have stories with polls and quizzes and question box and link in bio, and, you know, personal invites in people's message box, and email campaigns. And there's so many different ways to invite. Pick a number that you can stick to every single day and invite those amount of people. Like I feel like this year especially, it's been like, I'm going to invite 30, I'm going to invite 40, well, I'm going to do 60 a day because this top coach did 60 a day and now she's a millionaire and all this stuff. And while yes, like if you do those numbers, like the dam will eventually have to break, right? You will get somewhere, but how long are you going to be able to sustain that, right? So you want to do something that still pushes you out of your comfort zone, but that is not so overwhelming that the start ends up stopping you, right? So if sending 10 invites a day makes you a little uncomfortable, then do 10 invites a day. If you're like 10 invites is nothing, like I can do that in 20 minutes or 5 minutes, whatever it is, okay, then do 20 invites a day. But if sending 20 invites a day is only easy for you one day, and in the next 3 days you're struggling to even get to 5, let's find a happy medium and shoot for 10 a day. So I would rather that you pick a number that you can actually stick with every single day. And remember, if you're not growing your network, this number is going to be very hard to stick to. We have to be adding to our network. It's a huge downfall of coaches thinking that the same 200 people you started with are going to skyrocket you to the top. You have to be consistently getting new eyes on your page, right? So stick to a number, pick a number, and obviously 1 a day. If that's your number, I can't say that probably makes you uncomfortable. So I would say probably no less than 3, but pick a number and stick to it and feel good that every single day you mark off that 3 or that 5 or that 10 or that 20, whatever is your number. But don't have it where you rock on Mondays and Tuesdays and then you don't invite anyone else until Monday and Tuesday again, because it just, that consistency will never work out. So consistency is every day. Small amounts of work over time will compound for you. Okay. So be proof the products work, personal development, and invite people to join you. I believe that the best offer that we have is the team. Okay. So with that, I came up with an idea. I might be a nutcase, but I really want to see the entire team move forward and start hitting the goals that you want to hit. So we have 77 days left in the year. If you count today, 76 if you want to start fresh tomorrow. So my idea was, so from today until Thanksgiving, anyone who hits diamond will get $100 from me. And it's no, like, wherever you're at with whatever you need, you hit diamond. So there's no like you need 6 and 2. It's if you need one active coach and they go active, you win. Okay. The kicker is you have to hold it for the last 6 weeks of the year. If you do not, you do not get it. And the also kicker is if I go diamond by Thanksgiving, AKA I sign 8 coaches and produce 2 new emeralds, by then nobody gets it. So it's you guys versus me, essentially, for the next, I don't know, Thanksgiving's what, 6 weeks away? So I thought it would be fun. So, and you guys are all in this together. So whether you need 1 coach or 12 coaches, everyone has the chance. So it's not just PS, it's any diamonds. And again, if you literally have everything to be diamond, you just need some people to go back active, you still win as long as you hold it for the last 6 weeks. Okay. So I thought it would be a fun competition for all of us. I thought it would be a good kick in the pants for me, because I don't want to pay out all those $100. Right. So I think it'll be really fun. So that's what I had for you guys tonight. There's like 40 things to chat I want to look through. All right. Molly keeps me. So, oh gosh. Yes, better for my life and myself travel. Does anyone have any questions? I'm going to stop recording because these people don't